Hello everyone, I am Monday's Child and welcome to my channel. For the last year and a half I've been peeking out of this water to talk to you. Now I think it's time that you saw a bit more of me, so please excuse me while I change. There we go. Welcome to my domain. Don't worry about holding your breath. I've got a water breathing spell on this area. What's next? Oh, the scripture says make faces in camera, so yep. Yeah. I coded in the eye to shrink when on the big smile. It's not an expression or anything, just when I smile at camera. Hey, I can hide behind my hair. That's a new feature. But I do have to be careful not to open my mouth very wide on this model, because otherwise, yeah, might have gone a bit overboard with that. Oh yes, this one. I have a body now. I tried to make it so that my arms cross when I go down, but that's very precise, that middle one, so it's always interpreting that. Always prioritizes left to right over top to bottom. Now, I'm aware that it's customary when unveiling a new model to release some new lore along with it. I don't have any new lore just yet, but I do have a revamped version of the old one. So, once again, let's get into the backstory, shall we? Oh, whoops. Spoiler for the backstory there. Back to the scripts. Once there stood a village in a snowy tundra. Like all villages, it was beset nightly by the shambling corpses of a long-forgotten race. These zombies would attack the villagers, either killing them outright or passing on the curse of undeath to their victims. One cleric decided to take matters into their own hands, to find a way to reverse the undead condition. In a secret basement below an inconspicuous igloo, they trapped 2 zombie villagers and experimented upon them, trying potion after potion until they landed upon the successful formula: a potion of weakening to loosen the curse of undeath, and a gilded apple to regenerate their human flesh and brain. After curing the first zombie villager, the cleric rushed to the village to share their discovery. However, upon learning that the cleric had used their brewing stand for forbidden magics, the villagers branded them a witch and cast them out, instructing their golem to destroy them on sight should they ever return. Only the village cat was sympathetic and accompanied the witch in their exile. After being rejected from their home and from every other village they came across in their travels, the witch abandoned civilization and built their hut in a remote swamp where none would disturb them. One day, however, this peace was disturbed. A water zombie had wandered upstream into the swamp, and its incessant gurgling annoyed the witch to no end. To restore the quiet, the witch splashed the water zombie with a potion of weakness and stuffed a golden apple down its throat. But this zombie had been dead for so long that the curing process was incomplete. Its skin lightened toward its original shade, but was still clammy and cold to the touch. Its hair grew back, but now coloured with an aquatic teal. Its irises regenerated, but its eyes retained their luminescent hue. This water zombie became me. Hello. Where shall I go? So, a bit about me for those new here. As you know, my name is Monday's Child. My original name was Hen Orithil, though my parents called me Orithil, my brother called me Ithil, and my legal documents called me Hen Orithil Nelvin Nikervethen Huin Nufandran Odilo Mi Thwin Ni Ihirea Odi Menya Thrinai Iron Laug. But you can call me Monday. While I am a former water zombie, in terms of species I am a Tellurian, which is the long-forgotten race mentioned in the backstory. There aren't many differences between humans and Tellurians at this point, but the main one is the lifespan. For the first 50 years of their life, a Tellurian ages the equivalent of 1 year for every 2.5 years that pass. After 50 years of life, their aging slows down drastically, aging only 6 years for every 25 years that pass. After their 300th birthday, their aging returns to the 1 to 2.5 year ratio of the youth, with few, if any, living past 350 years. Got all that? No? Never mind then. My birthday is on Monday. Well, not every birthday. This year it's a Tuesday. This Tuesday. Today, in fact. Those in the future can look at my full name to find the exact date. The year in which I was born is at least several centuries ago, given that the Tellurians have gone practically extinct in the meantime. What I do know is that I died at the age of 27.5 and was resurrected 1.5 years ago. Gender, non-binary. For those unfamiliar with the term, it's essentially a fancy way of saying neither. When talking about me, please refer to me using they pronouns, as this has been the standard way to refer to an individual unknown gender since before NBs were a thing. Sex? No. My height is 156 centimeters, or 1.56 meters. In archaic units, that's about 5'1", I believe. I have Common listed as my language, but out of character, I only speak English. Though I've dabbled in a few other languages out of interest, English is the only one in which I can communicate. Ooh, that's pizza. Yeah, a pizza. Oops. Yeah, a pizza. Also like chilled water, straight out of the fridge. It's not good for the throat though, so I usually drink room temperature water. Also, apple juice. The most basic juice. The square one of juice. In terms of fiction, such as books and films, I like fantasy, and the softer forms of sci-fi, but mostly fantasy. Take me away to another world where real-world struggles are absent, and in their place are otherworldly dilemmas. Yeah, I like music. What kind? There are kinds? I'm kidding. I have been informed of the concept of genre, which, interestingly enough, is the French word for gender, and I am similarly non-partisan in that regard. I have the most experience with theatrical and cinematic music, and in general I favour music that tells a story. On YouTube, I like to watch, obviously, my fellow VTubers, but also some edutainment channels like Overly Sarcastic Productions, though I believe they're named in the misnomer. I enjoy all their videos thanks to the way they present them, but I find the trope talks particularly informative. Games? Don't know yet. I haven't played a wide enough variety of video games to know which kinds I like best. I do know that games requiring quick reaction times or dying against a boss again and again to get anywhere, that's not my kind of game. I'm here for a fun time, not a challenging time. Interests. Yeah. Interests. As stated before, I have an interest in music. Not only listening to music, but I can also transcribe what I'm listening to. Very useful when I want a backing track to sing said music, and although I have a 2-octave range, sometimes I need to transpose it. However, sometimes I may wish to cover the song in a different way, so I will arrange it into a new style. Finally, sometimes it's not enough to use an existing song, and in these rare cases I may compose music myself. This doesn't happen very often, so don't expect an album anytime soon. One interest I have not mentioned thus far is linguistics. That doesn't mean I can speak any other language, that's a polyglot. A polyglot learns languages, while a linguist learns about languages. Though I'm more of a linguistic hobbyist, since I don't have any formal training or professional experience in the field. Webcomics. I have read so many webcomics over the years. Serial, gag-a-day, comedy, drama, original, fanfic, fantasy. Yeah, mostly fantasy. Like I said earlier, I love to become absorbed in an unfamiliar world. I will say, however, that I don't really follow webcomics. Rather, I read the entire archive in one go, then leave it be. I am also interested in other VTubers, watching VODs and clips on both Twitch and YouTube. Since I'm not yet affiliate on Twitch, my VODs here are only stored for a week, which is why I upload all my VODs to my YouTube channel immediately after streaming. What can you expect from my streams? Well, like most streamers, I'll be playing video games. Many games I like, though. If I start playing a game, then find out I don't like it, I'll just stop playing. Music. Music takes a lot of focus for me, so any music I do on stream will be simple stuff. And eventually, I might get over my reluctance to make noise on my flat and start doing karaoke streams. Though, since I like to make my own backing tracks, they probably won't be frequent even then. Here we are, girls. My main goal for streaming is to have fun. I'm not getting paid for this, so if it ain't fun, I ain't doing it. The second goal requires a bit of backstory. All my life, I've chased one ambition after another, but each one required training or investment or building relationships, and by the time I got anywhere near reaching a goal, I had lost interest in it. But when I found Honeygoblin, my first VTuber, I heard her story of how she became a VTuber. I saw her rigging another VTuber's model. I researched the hardware and software required, and I realized this is something I can do now. The software is free, the hardware I already have, and the skills are basic if you're happy with low quality. Sure, some VTubers spend thousands of dollars commissioning their models and their backgrounds and their music, purchasing high-end computers and microphones and stream gear, but you don't need all that fancy stuff. I drew my model in GIMP on a 2009 iMac with a mouse. I started streaming using the built-in webcam and microphone on my laptop. All you need to be a VTuber is the patience to make your own model and the expectation that you won't be quote-unquote successful right away. You only get out what you put in, so if you're willing to settle for less, then you don't need a whole lot of effort. That's what I want to inspire in others. Beyond that, actually, I think I mispronounced that. This one. And in the future, I might work up the confidence to ask another VTuber to collab. I was using my time zone as an excuse, but really it's my own shyness. Switch first. This one. Okay. Regardless, I have a little song for the occasion. An original one this time, from my own perspective. I haven't rehearsed it very much, so as always, let's see how we go. I missed my entry. I can never remember where to come in this one. Okay. Calm climbs the moon over the tranquil sea. Waves splash the boat, but it remains at ease. With my line cast, my eyes closed, I listen for the beats. Whatever takes the pace, I will gladly receive. in all your busy days, while traveling place to place. Did you ever know the peace that I know now? Your memories of centuries ago sink through the waves down to a gravel bed beneath the blue. Although no longer bound by duty's chains, I seek this place to remember the quest that died with you. Soft sinks the moon into the distant shore. Dead that yet walks, seek to avoid day's scorch. On a journey up the river, just to see how far it yours. I notice many scenes otherwise unexplored. In future-focused toil, surrendering present joy. Did you ever think that life could hold your plans? Your memories of centuries ago lie buried far beneath a sandy bar, away from view. Although I value less the troll within, I take the heart to reflect on the quest that died with you. If I ever meet another who speaks this tongue, I wonder what will I dare to utter when they ask who I am. Calm climbs the moon over the tranquil sea. The water shares its peace and wins here with me. My memories of centuries to come will veer and change, advancing many ways, however slow. Both triumph and disaster I will meet and treat the same. The adventure of life, it lives with me. See you again.